Hello and welcome to the Cubbears fan report for August the 11th, 2024. August the 10th was a good day for us Chicago fans. Both the Cubs and the Bears were winners. The Bears, let's start with them because they were the hot topic and they were on all the sports channels all day long because it was the debut of Caleb Williams for the Bears. And Caleb Williams looked good. It wasn't just hype, it was also skill. And a lot of stuff that we saw highlighted in training camp played a role in what we saw yesterday. Caleb Williams started off just handing the ball off on the first place, but he looked ready. He had no problems with the snap count. He had no problem running the offense and taking snaps under center. He even handed off the ball successfully on the first play. What I like is on the first pass play, which was called back on a holding penalty, I saw Tevin Jenkins just knock a guy. If you watch that highlight, he just knocked the guy over. And I thought it was a great play by Tevin Jenkins. So everybody's wondering about whether he's healthy. He's been in and out of plays. Nate Davis didn't play, so that's a concern. Somebody called him day-to-day Davis, or day-to Davis. Which I thought was kind of funny. I saw that on Just Another Year in Chicago with Nick Brody, who hosts that. Other things, Caleb Williams was 4 for 7 with 95 yards. He made some really good plays on 3rd and long, connecting with DJ Moore on a nice play. He also made a nice rollout, connecting with DJ Moore, threw a really nice pass to Cole Kmet, and Cole Kmet actually dropped a really good pass, and both drives, Caleb Williams finished with points. Couldn't get the touchdown, but he still looked like he is going to be the real deal. He's just got to play with it himself and not play hero ball. He didn't try to do too much. He made a run and he slid, and they talked about that sliding drill on Hard Knocks, and they showed him doing it, and it came in handy for him yesterday. Other things I want to talk about is some good guys besides Tevin Jenkins. Let's talk about Velus Jones, who's been a wide receiver and has at times been a disappointment as a returner, muffing punts and stuff like that. But he looked good as a running back, and he scored a touchdown. And you can really see his speed when he gets it into high gear. So he's a guy who looks like he's going to really play a role. Other guys I want to talk about is Austin Booker. I thought he really looked good. Of course, he was playing against backups, and he was a backup, but he still looked like he was a contributor. I don't know how many sacks he got, but he got the quarterback down on more than one occasion. I saw him come over and catch him from past the line of scrimmage, trailing a play. He's got some speed. Sometimes he runs past the play, but I thought he looked good. Let's see, other players I want to point out is Tommy Sweeney at tight end, caught at least one pass, but he looked the part. Of course, he got mentioned. The one thing I didn't like watching the game is that we had all these Buffalo Bills announcers talking about the Bills. I guess they were all excited because Sweeney used to be a Bill. Also, Austin Reed played some quarterback, 2 for 4, 50 yards, and Bagent also got some experience playing quarterback, and he looked pretty good. I got so many notes on this game. It's real easy. He was 5 of 8 and 47, but it's so easy to lose my place in my notes because I have so many of them. And Tyson Bagent looked good. Brett Rippon only got to throw 2 passes, didn't play much. I didn't get to see Colin Johnson at all yesterday. So I don't know whether they feel like they saw enough of Colin Johnson's or what their thinking was, but he didn't get a lot of play. Another thing I want to talk about is Torrey Taylor looked the part. He finally got to punt, and he was punting the football way back and would have had 2 punts pinned inside the 10, except the Bears' coverage wasn't real good, and one of the guys ran it up to the 20-yard line. But he still looked the part, but he didn't do all the punting. Waitman also did some punting as well. So I don't know what they're doing. Whether they're just looking at Waitman just so that they have him, because Waitman punts pretty well also. He'll probably end up being with another team because they're not going to let go of Torrey Taylor. But Torrey Taylor sure looked the part. Also want to discuss the Cubs. The Cubs completed the sweep of the White Sox for the season. And this is the first time in the 4 games that they did not win by a score of 7-6. They won 3-1. Justin Steele pitched, but didn't get the win, but he struck out 8. He pitched 6 innings, and the win was by Jorge Lopez. And Porter Hodge looked good. Actually, Porter Hodge got the win. Jorge Lopez pitched a scoreless inning, and Hector Neris came in for his 2nd day in a row, getting a save. He had an interesting play in the 9th where he dropped the throw from the first baseman fielding first base, and it looked like he might have picked the ball up on the bounce in his bare hand, but the Cubs didn't challenge, and they're wondering why didn't they challenge? It was the 9th inning. You might as well go ahead and challenge it. I don't know why they spent so much time thinking about it. They wanted to challenge, but they were told they took too long to make up their mind. I don't know why they took so long to make up their mind. That's an interesting question. But one thing they were pointing out is that the Cubs' schedule is getting a lot easier. They only have one team that's got a better than 500 record over the next month, and that's Cleveland, that they're going to play this week. So I like the Cubs' chances, but they are more than 5 games behind in the wild card, and they've got a lot of work ahead of them. But the pitching's been really good, and the bats are starting to come to life. Although they did struggle to put runs across the board, Miguel Amaya did drive in the winning runs on a clutch hit, and luckily, and surprisingly, they did not pinch hit for Amaya. So Amaya came up. He's also not a bad bunter. Another key play was Pete Crow Armstrong laid down a perfect bunt, put runners on 2nd and 3rd, set the stage for Amaya to drive in the 2 runs. Isaac Paredes tied the game up with an RBI double and went down the line, and they sent Dansby Swanson home, and the shortstop had the ball but didn't even look, didn't even throw it home. So luckily the Cubs weren't thrown out. Otherwise it would have been a tougher game. Would have been a 2-1 lead. And I don't like Hector Neris trying to hold a 1-run lead, because he almost blew the save the last couple times out, but he's got 17 saves for the year. Another thing I want to point out is that Chicago Bear and Chicago Cubs have spouses who have gold medals, because Dansby Swanson's wife was on the gold medal soccer team that won on Saturday. So it was a big day for Dansby Swanson, and he also picked up his 1,000th hit. And it's been a great day for Chicago sports, especially if you're a Cubs or Bears fan. Not so good for the White Sox, but if you're a Cub Bear fan, you don't care about the White Sox. I'm a Cub Bear fan. I don't care about the White Sox, unless I did go to the White Sox games if my kids were in town and I wanted to take them to a baseball game. But I would still go to a White Sox game, but it's not my priority. My priority is to watch the Cubs. And I'm pulling for the Cubs, although I do have friends who are White Sox fans, but and they do like to give me a hard time when the Sox beat the Cubs. But they didn't do it this year. This is 2024, and the Cubs swept the White Sox. This was the first game they didn't win in walk-off fashion or by a 1-run, 7-6 victory. It's hard to win a 1-run game with a score 7-6 because the runs are coming quick and easy. But this was a great day for the Cubs. Great day for the Bears, and the Cubs are off today. It's Sunday. This is the first time in my life I have seen the Cubs have an off day on Sunday. What a quirk in the schedule. But I'm just going to relax and enjoy it. Maybe I'll go bowling. Maybe I'll watch some other preseason football. I have a preseason football game on right now. It's muted, and it's a 3-3 game, Denver against Indianapolis. Other high-profile quarterbacks who were drafted early in that game too. This is the Cubbears Fan Report. Please like and subscribe and support my sponsor, Robin Hood Brewery, and my other Iuka, Mississippi sponsors, Cream and Sugar and Table 127. Hey, I want my Iuka area businesses to do well, because I don't have a lot of options here. And also in Burnsville, Mississippi, I want to point out Taylor's Place, because they have Chicago-style food. And now that my appetite's back, because I quit taking my Ozempic, I can eat. So I'm going to go back to Taylor's place this week and have a good lunch. You have a great day and enjoy the rest of the month. It's August the 11th. My wife's birthday is August 14th. Give me some ideas as to what I should buy her for her birthday, because she's not real helpful. Thank you.